1.
Hi, I'm Shelby Schmaltz and this is Haley Harder, and we are Kamikaze News. Today in Korea War, after hundreds of thousands of Chinese soldiers crossed into North Korea and flung themselves against the American line and drove the U.S. troops back to South Korea. Then MacArthur asked to bomb the Communist China and use the nationals against the People Republic of China. Truman refused the bombing, and an argument between the two ended up with the firing of MacArthur, and he was replaced by General Matthew Ridgway. After World War II, Korea was split along the 30th parallel. North Korea was communist and was supported by the USSR. And then the non-communists were South Korea, and the South Koreans were supported by the USA. Then the North Korean government wanted communism for the people, and meanwhile South Korea wanted democracy for their country. Now the DMZ was a demilitarized zone between the two countries. The soldiers from North Korea and South Korea were eye to eye across the thin strip of no man's land that just barely kept their armies apart. The tension between the two countries was terrible, and now there's a quick commercial.
Hi, Wachter. What are we having at this delicious one today?
We're making Oscar Mayer wieners on our electric grill.
That's Oscar-licious.
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is truly what I want to be. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. And that is what I really like to be. Disclaimer. If you are dumb enough to eat a raw Oscar Mayer wiener and you get sick, we are not responsible. Thank you, and back to the news.
Here's Haley Harder with your report.
Good morning, everyone. In today's news, Chiang Kai-shek has lost the war against communism. Chiang had an established government in Nanjing, China, until the Japanese army invaded the heartland of China and he was forced to give up his control to collaborate with Mao Zedong. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, he received financial support from the U.S. in fighting the communism with nationalism. As soon as the Japanese surrendered, communist forces gradually gained control of China. When Mao Zedong became the leader of China, he aimed for the Great Leap Forward. He wanted to fix all areas of the economy. Mao, being from the Communist Party, had big plans for China. The Cultural Revolution swept over China. Mao's social reforms were enforced by the Red Guards to eliminate communist opposition by ordering intellectuals and other traditional authority figures to a type of consequence. Mao used his Little Red Book as propaganda. He soon started a campaign to remove the four olds. This included old thoughts, old culture, and old customs. Many soon started to believe that the Chinese government was corrupt. Hundreds died when the Communist Party used the army to crush pro-democracy protesters. Hundreds to thousands were killed on live television in the main square of Beijing on June 4th. The initial impetus for the students coming together was the death of Hu Yaibang, the General Party Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, but was forced to resign. He died in April, and then people started to write letters demanding better rights. June 3rd, the party officially decided to send the People's Liberation Army to clear Tiananmen Square. Now, here's a special report from my co-host, Brady. Salim.
The Tet Offensive was a military campaign during the Vietnam War that was launched on January 30th, 1968 by the forces of Viet Cong and North Vietnam against South Vietnam and the United States. It was a campaign of surprise attacks that were supposed to take place. The Gulf Tonkin Resolution was a sinking of a U.S. battleship by the Viet Cong. Ho Chi Minh, a young Vietnamese nationalist who turned to the communists for help in his struggles, he refused to stop fighting until all U.S. soldiers were gone. The U.S. public reaction. Americans were very unhappy about the U.S. being in the war. They feared for their loved ones' lives, and they also worried about what it would do to our nation after the war.
Thank you for watching Kamikaze News. Have a good day.